Welcome to another episode of That's a Tap CT with my man DJ. We're here to break down a huge card, MSG, man. This is what we live for as fans. A lot of implications, DJ, for fighters in our region as well as the wider UFC, man.
Absolutely.
How are you feeling
Man,
on the eve of this card?
Feeling good. It's always a pleasure to be here and talk fights. And whenever it's a big card, it adds to the excitement. As you said, plenty of fighters from New Zealand fighting in this card. Big superstars, great main event, great storyline, great arc. But that's what we do. Yeah, that's the tap, right? We tap into these things and we break it down. And we look. Can we mention the last time we were 4-4 for all our predictions, right?
Yes.
Maybe we need to start a different episode for all the betting lines. But hey, we're going to try and predict these fights again one more time. Madison Square Garden, the Mecca of fighting. We've had nothing but historical fights there. Just any combat sports, boxing, be it MMA, and UFC in particular. We know they take only the best card there, right? The inaugural one was kicked off by the very famous McGregor Alvarez fight card, which had a lot of exciting fights, great fighters, stacked card. Then we had, the GSP headline card. We had Daniel Cormier fight there, right? So, and we had the BMF title being contested there, right? So, and then, last year also we saw the Colby Usman fight there as well. So whenever it's MSG, and now it's a given, right? November is MSG, and we know the big fights are coming. And man, well, I always said this, right? Like the last card was my favorite card. The Abu Dhabi one was stacked top to bottom, but looking at this card, man, it gives that card a run for its money, right? And you've got a lot of exciting fights. The matchups are crazy; they're good, but I think there's no fight in this whole entire card that excites me more than the main event, right? We got the superstar Israel Adesanya from New Zealand, by way of Nigeria, as Bruce Buffer says, taking on Alex Pereira, who's there's a very interesting storyline here, right? They've already fought in a different organization, so it intrigues the viewer. How is this going to turn out? We know Israel Adesanya has been indestructible, right? He's been unstoppable. He's been winning, right? He hasn't lost in middleweight, and he's been doing it with ease, right? And so we've got now this X factor. Right, we haven't seen much of him in MMA, in UFC. He's had 3 fights. The most notable one being with Sean Strickland, and now he's obviously, and that catapulted him to the top 5. And now that storyline helped propel this fight. And I didn't think we'll get it this quick, but we did. 3 months after fighting, Adesanya's back again, and both of them actually, because they both fought in the same card.
Oh yeah.
Right. What do you think? What do you think of this fight?
I mean, like you said, this fight, I love the Abu Dhabi card as well.
Yeah.
But like in terms of main events, I'd probably pick this main event as my favorite.
Yeah.
Because
I won't argue.
Yeah, it's just the intrigue, I would say. We obviously, and I like that you mentioned these two have fought before. Like it's in a different organization, but it was so long ago as well. So there's so many layers to this. It's been so long, and Adesanya has been so dominant in his time in the UFC. But here's this Pereira guy who, in his short time in the UFC, has been dominant as well. You could say like another Hamza in a way.
Very scary individual.
Finishing, got the power. And I think a lot of fight fans are feeling the same. That like you would not be shocked if Pereira wins by finish either.
He's got power, man.
He's got that kind of guy.
That left hook. He's been getting everyone with that left hook. He got Strickland with that left hook. And that's the left hook that got Adesanya the last time as well, right?
Put him to sleep.
Yeah, man, put him to sleep. He's got some crazy power in those hands. And let's not forget, you raised a valid point. When they last fought was a very long time ago. Their second fight was 5 years ago. Right? It's been a while, right? So the most recent encounter we saw Israel Adesanya get knocked out. Now I've taken the time to go watch both the fights that they fought. To be honest, man, the first one was a very controversial decision.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I would argue the fact that Adesanya actually won.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas in the second one, he was clearly winning.
Yeah.
It was clearly winning, and I feel, no doubt, it was a clean KO. He knocked him out. That's it. But he was winning until up to that point where Pereira caught him. We also in that fight, if you notice, you see Pereira start tiring a bit. Now, a lot has changed since then. Since then, Alex Pereira has gone on to become he's managed to go and grab 2 belts in that glory kickboxing.
Yeah.
We've seen Adesanya grow into this massive superstar who's been unstoppable, right? Other than that Jan Blachowicz fight, like we've seen him in his division dominate all his competition, right? Since touching that belt, he hasn't let go, right?
Yeah.
And I think probably in a very small category of people who we feel confident will hold on to that belt. There's a lot of intrigue. I think I've not seen, you're right. Like, I don't think there is a main event that is as exciting as this because of how closely contested they are, because they both come from a kickboxing background. They're both strikers. And we always see the striker versus grappler. I mean, last card, we were able to see 2 grapplers go at it, more so for wrestling versus jiu-jitsu perspective. Whereas this one, we get to see 2 strikers, 2 dominant strikers who fought each other, now in a different organization, in the best organization in the world, going for it for all the marbles, which is the UFC middleweight title, right? Man, let's talk predictions. Yeah. What do you think and why?
Man, we've got to get straight into it. Of course, there's a lot to cover.
Yeah,
we'll do a bigger recap episode.
Yeah,
but I will say this: I don't think it's going to go 5 rounds. Okay. It will not go the distance. This fight.
Yeah.
2 of the most elite strikers in the world right now. Precision of Adesanya, power of Pereira. I don't see this going 5.
Yeah.
With that said, I'm going to pick round 3.
Okay.
I'm going to pick round 3 that this gets finished. Yeah. And I'm going to predict. Well, I haven't actually seen the odds, but I think this is the upset. And I'm going to pick Pereira.
Yeah, Adesanya is the favorite, but the numbers are very close. Like it's, I think, plus 150 to minus 130. So it's very close.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of respect to Adesanya.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful with this at all. I just want to see this change up a little bit. And I think psychologically that could play a part because Pereira's got 2 dubs against him.
Yeah.
So psychologically, it's like he's got to come in with some confidence.
Yeah.
Because Adesanya's no doubt a better fighter than he was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But you could also think Pereira could be a better fighter than he was when he finished him.
Yeah. Yeah, true. 100%. And I think Adesanya himself said, definitely Pereira's a better fighter, but so is he. Obviously, they're both growing leaps.
What about you?
Oh man, I'm gonna straight away. So I'm gonna say I think Adesanya wins.
Yeah.
Right, but let me tell you why. Right, I think while Pereira holds the 2 wins over Adesanya, I've seen throughout this whole lead up to the fight, Adesanya being very calm and collected about it. Yeah. Pereira, who actually has the advantage, the upper hand, or the psychological benefit, edge, right? He still seems to be the one wanting to taunt Adesanya. That for me shows that he is trying to get into his mind, which shouldn't be the case because he already holds that against him.
Yeah.
I also think I've not seen someone as mentally strong as Adesanya. I just don't think that loss lingers in his mind too much.
Yeah.
The proof is his career after that knockout.
Yeah.
Right, he left kickboxing, he came in, and he's done wonders in this sport. Right, he's been undefeated in middleweight. He's done things. The way he captured the interim belt. That was a fight of the year. Then coming out and knocking out Robert Whittaker, the way in which he did in his hometown again. Some dominant performance. That shows me the mental fortitude of this individual, and that he hasn't really lingered on that loss.
Yeah.
And also, it also spoke to me volumes on his mental strength when he lost to Jan Blachowicz and the way he handled that loss. Right, he was ready for that next step. What do I do next for me? And then obviously he comes back and I think he fought with Tori and then he got another win. So that's the sort of mindset he's in. Personally, man, I think Israel Adesanya is one of the purest mixed martial artists ever, right? I'm only saying this because I haven't seen the full facet that Alex Pereira can offer. I just think Israel Adesanya is a better mixed martial artist than Alex Pereira. Now, I might be proven wrong on Sunday, and I might see Alex Pereira being able to utilize many more aspects of mixed martial arts than just striking.
Yep.
But as it stands, from what I've seen, I think Israel Adesanya is a better mixed martial artist. Like his takedown defense is good. We haven't seen him needing to grapple a lot, but I do feel he's really good in that department too.
Yep.
With having said all that, right, man, he's an artist and he's gonna paint a picture on Sunday. Oh. It's gonna be flawless. I'm actually tossing between a decision or a finish.
Yep.
I agree, like the two elite strikers. Now, Adesanya's style doesn't really, unless someone's marching forward and being aggressive, he doesn't finish those fights.
Yeah.
But I just do think Alex Pereira I feel he will fight a little bit more freely, given that he has that win over him. That might play into the hands of Adesanya to knock him out, or he's just going to outclass him. Right? It won't be a fight like Kananaya where it was a bit boring. I think it'll be a really elegant fight where we'll see him definitely get that win, but there won't be any doubts left. That's what I feel, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going with Adesanya, the champ on this one, man. I think he retains the title and still,
it definitely could go the distance, because that doesn't mean because you're strikers, it's going to be engaging.
Yeah.
We all saw the fight between, I think, Adesanya and Romero.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one where it was just like, you don't get too big a strikers, and it was 5 rounds of dancing.
I thought my stream froze because none of them were moving.
The crowd was actually booing. I think I was in America at the time.
You were going to go watch it.
Was that the Reyes?
John Jones,
co-main?
No. That was the main.
Yeah.
That was the main. So John Jones was the Feb one. This was the March one, just before the pandemic.
Just before,
The thing is that this fight followed the Joanna Whaley fight 1, so it was a hard act to follow. But hey, look, I think Adesanya gets. I don't even think he needs redemption. Last fight, yes, it wasn't the most exciting fight, but he fights to the strength of his opponent.
Yeah.
Right, and we saw Kananaya not really go for it, so I don't think Adesanya had the need to. Yeah. Right, but I think Pereira will go, which will cause for an exciting fight. It'll be the same vein as the Paulo Costa fight.
Yeah.
But I think Pereira is a lot more smarter and a lot more skilled than Costa in that sense.
Yeah.
Right. So look, man, it's gonna be. Look, you never know with MMA. You never know with fights. But I just find it's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be very hard for this fight not to be exciting. I think it's going to be a very exciting crowd.
Let's not forget about the crowd, because MSG, you got to be a fight purist to get your tickets.
So you got MSG,
the price of these tickets to get to Madison Square Garden, dare I say, would be probably I think UFC will probably do a gate record.
100%.
Because they charge through the roof.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't know if you caught that press conference today, the crowd was pro Adesanya.
Yeah,
right. Everyone was cheering and booing Alex. So so there you go, right? So that's main event. Co-main, we got Carlos Esparza, who won the belt from Rose Namajunas in somewhat, like a lot of controversy, not in terms of the decision per se, but just the fight in general.
Yeah.
And then we got Whaley, who's coming off a dominant win over Joanna, where you were there live watching that fight when she knocked her out with that spinning back fist. I don't know, man. Let's get straight into the predictions of this one. But how do you see that fight going?
Look, it's tough too. It could go either way.
Yeah.
But I think Esparza for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Esparza.
You're really pulling in surprises.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think people are coming in with nothing to lose. It's got me. I feel like the older heads are going to have more pressure.
Okay.
Coming in.
Yeah.
More pressure on them. The other one's playing with more like house money.
Yeah.
And I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what about you?
Man, I'm going to go with Zhang Weili.
Okay.
She's very strong. She's strong on the ground. She's strong. Very good striking. Carla obviously gets a lot of success with being able to take her opponents down. Yeah. Now, with the last fight, Rose was. I don't know what happened with Rose. Rose is one of my favorite fighters to watch. So. Obviously, she had an off day or whatever it was. She wasn't fighting, so obviously Carla did what she had to do and won the title. I don't think she'll get that opportunity with Weili.
Okay.
Again, man, it's fine. You can catch anyone any day.
Yeah.
Anyone can catch anyone, but provided things go, there's no surprises. I'm gonna say, Zhang Weili regains her title.
The favorite, no doubt. Yeah, I'm just thinking that an upset. Something tells me an upset might take place, but I did see Weili lift up Francis Ngannou.
Man.
That's got to scare your opponent. I can't even lift DJ up.
Francis Ngannou was recovering from his knee injury and was due to come back in December. Yeah. But after she lifted him and put him down, it's prolonged into 3 months.
Yeah. It was a big way down.
But no, man, like I think, Weili's quite strong. I mean, I remember Matt doesn't really apply most of the time, but the way Joanna beat Carla was very bad. And then obviously Weili beat her twice. So I think...
So another 5-rounder, do you think it could go 5?
I think...
Or this fall short?
I think that fight stops in 3 rounds, maybe 3-4 rounds.
Yeah.
It'll be a TKO, maybe. Unless obviously Carla's able to get her down and control her there. She's a very strong wrestler.
When I pick Carla, I think her only chance is to get a finish.
Yeah.
But I don't see Carla winning over 5.
Yeah.
I think she'll just get in a lucky strike or submission.
Yeah. Look, it is what it is, and if Weili does win, that sets up that Rose trilogy.
Oh yeah.
The first one was a head kick clean knockout. Yes. Second one there was a bit of controversy on who won, whereas the third one, obviously, with Weili now being the champ again, could be exciting.
Yeah.
Road to redemption, man. Then we got the certified banger, right?
Oh.
The people's main event, right? Look, the more I talk about this, the more I feel like this card is definitely on par with that Abu Dhabi card.
Yeah, you're definitely talking about Meatball Molly. Yeah.
I mean, that's a Meatball Molly is exciting to watch, but I'm actually talking about Dustin the Diamond Poirier taking on Iron Mike Chandler
with his hot sauce.
Yeah,
right?
man, it's battle for the hot sauce.
Got extended official sponsor.
Official hot sauce for the UFC. Yeah. But man,
no paid promotion. but
the heat.
Dustin, hook us up later.
Oh yeah, please do.
DJ loves his spicy wings.
I do like my spicy wings. Louisiana hot wings. But man, the real heat is in that fight, right? I always thought this fight was going to happen a lot earlier than what is actually happening. I expected Chandler and Poirier to fight for the Waken title at the time because we didn't know how good Oliveira was.
Yeah.
But Poirier obviously was going after that McGregor fight, the third one.
Yeah.
Look, man, exciting fight. 2 of the most exciting fighters. Right, they just go out there and leave it out there every single time. Right, either fighter. I'll give a lot of respect for Chandler only because when he first came into the scene, I didn't give him the credit he deserved. I was very doubtful. Came from Bellator, but then the way he's displayed his skills, the way he's fought the people he's fought and back to back, and there's not been one boring Chandler fight.
Yeah,
man, he was one of the best decisions the UFC made. And every time Chandler fights, I'll tune in. Right. Yeah. So Chandler taking on Poirier again. When was the last time Poirier had a bad fight? Right. You know what I mean? Like even in losses, it's an exciting fight. Right. He throws down, and we got this. There's I wouldn't say bad blood, but there's a little bit of heat between the both of them. Yeah. There's some comments, traded, and man, crazy fight. They can both wrestle. They can both grapple. They can both strike. I think this is going to be a repeat of Gaethje Chandler because Gaethje Chandler was last year's MSG, whereas this year, I think it's going to be the repeat. Predictions. What do you think?
Look, it's crazy. Both with finishing power, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
2 tough nuts.
Tough SOBs.
Yeah, honestly. Now, this is one that I could actually see going the distance.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say go the distance for this one. Because he had 2 tough guys, man. There's going to be a lot of close parts of the fight where it's like, is he about to finish him?
Yeah.
Is he about to finish him? And then the other guy bounces back and maybe gets a lucky strike. Yeah. Just 2 tough guys to finish.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay with Dustin the Diamond.
Okay.
Poirier.
Yeah. Man.
For this one, man, he's got the background, the history, the momentum.
Yeah. Man.
What do you think, man? He comes ready.
Your analysis is spot on. Like, this is one of those fights where they're both so good and they're both so well-rounded. Like, it could actually go the distance. right? Unless they decide. I mean, last fight, Chandler threw caution to the wind and started banging, right? And then Gaethje did too. And that was one of those fights everyone was saying, look, this is definitely a finish, but we saw that go the distance. And I think you're right. I think this goes the distance too. But the outcome, I'm actually going to say Chandler.
Yeah, thought so.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not purposely going against it. No, Maybe the next prediction I'll go first.
Viewing.
Just so, but I think Chandler takes it.
Yeah.
I think it's a decision. I think Chandler's going to mix it up a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Poirier is going to fight with a little bit of emotion here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He seems to have a sort of like, not animosity, but something. He's not happy with Chandler, but Chandler doesn't seem to be bothered by all the drama around it. Yeah. He's obviously biting into it, but he's not, phased by it from the looks of it. So I don't know. I just feel Chandler will take it.
Yeah. No, definitely. Like this is probably the biggest 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
For me.
Same man.
Of the card, like it could be the co-main, it could be a main.
Yeah.
In any paper.
Any man. Right. Oh my god. And then it could be another one of those Dan Hooker, Dustin Poirier fights. Remember?
Yeah.
That was a banger. One of the best fights I've ever seen. And look, it's one of those fights where you don't want either fighter to lose, and you also can't tell who's going to win. So
exactly.
Exciting fight. Those three. I mean, the main and the Poirier fight alone is enough to pay the full pay-per-view, man.
Absolutely.
Right?
Talk about what's next, and we'll rapid fire through.
Yeah, let's go
for the card.
Let's do a quick shout out to Frankie the Answer Edgar, who's fighting his last fight, a veteran of the game. Getting his farewell fight in his hometown. So hopefully, all bodes well with him, even if it's win or loss. Let's hope he rides in sunset happy.
Definitely,
we got Dan Hooker fighting Puez. That's another good fight. I got Dan Hooker taking that one. I think Dan bounces back.
Yep.
I think
me too. Yeah.
He's gonna come back and start become contending in the division.
Yep. He looks shredded in the city kickboxing.
He looks bigger than Adesanya.
That they shared. Did you see?
Yeah, I did, and I'm like, how are they different ways? Like, he's same size, like he's shredded too. So how did he make 145? I mean, right, and then what are the other fights that excite you, CT? We got Riddell taking on Moicano.
I really want to see that one.
That's a certified banger.
I like the Span
Reyes. Reyes comes back, he used to be big name in the light heavyweight.
Talk about not being on the main card. Yeah. That's when like MSG, baby, we're here. This is the showtime where early prelims are actually household names.
Yeah, well, the first fight of the night is Carlos Halberg. Opening the whole entire card. You know what I mean? You think of that. City kickboxing.
If I was in New York, we were in New York.
Yeah,
we'd be there like hours before the event.
We'll be,
getting on it.
Yeah, I know.
Having an MSG popcorn.
Man, so City Kickboxing opens the card and closes the card.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Man, what else we got? Meatball Molly.
Yes.
Again, another 35 banger. She's fighting Blanchfield. Yeah. Good fight. Yeah. Definitely a step up in competition. Let's see. Molly's fighting outside of England, right?
Yeah.
So she's had a lot of success there, but can she replicate it, right? Yeah. We know she'll have a big following. Yeah. MSG, New York. And then obviously Paddy's touted to fight next month.
Yeah.
So, we get to see them outside of their hometown as well. So any other fights that I'm missing here? Man, every fight is good. It's a great card to be a part of. Don't miss it, right? And don't miss our recap, right? Who was right? Was it CT? Was it DJ? Because we were, all our predictions were opposite. So let's see.
Let's hope they have the best judges too. We don't want to see no robberies, no rip-offs. Let's hope it's all finishes. So excitement for the crowd.
And you take the judges out of it.
Bang for their buck, for the pay-per-views as well. Look for records to be broken. Like I said, I think Gate, maybe pay-per-view record.
Yep.
Who knows? I mean,
it'll be a big one.
There'll be a huge story to come of it.
Yeah. Say what you may about Adesanya's last fight, man. Like when he fights, people watch, right? Oh. Like you know an artist when you see one. That is one of the best to ever do it.
his walkout's going to be iconic.
Man, iconic, man. Because, don't be surprised if he keeps it simple this time. Like, he seems like he's very calm and collected in this. He's spoken less than what he usually does, and I feel like that's all an indication of he's going to let his hands do the talking, right? Man, and that bodes well with us fans, right? That's what we want. We want to see one of the best fighters in the business go out and do what they do best in great fashion. So, and then you add the drama of the backstory and Pereira. Pereira's a scary individual, man. Like, you look at him, just a smile, like,
scary. Kickboxer.
Yeah,
it's good striking, size. I mean, for the weight cutting,
I don't know how he does it, but and sort of in a while we get someone who is pretty much, you can say so, is an like for like match with Adesanya.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
right. In terms of striking, especially because we've got two, decorated kickboxers.
Yeah,
right, and that's what it is. So let's see who comes out on top. Like, it's one of those fights where it's one of those cards, really, to be honest, where the fan is a real winner, right?
Exactly.
I really hope we don't jinx it and they go out and have like really boring fights. But
look, MSG, like I said, people create their and I know just from other sports, basketball, being a New York fan for MSG, they when you walk into that arena, you feel something different as a sports person. It's where legacies are created. It's the one big card of the year, like you said, that they go to New York.
Yeah, it's an iconic.
We all remember the McGregor one.
To this day, the best title fight for me. To this day.
Yeah. And I think it's going to break some records. And I actually really like the way the December pay-per-view shaping up too.
Yeah.
So we're really going to be like,
we've been treated, man. We've been treated,
and we're going to hear more about Perth.
As
well. DJ and I will be in the building. Perth.
We'll be there. We'll be in Robert Whittaker's corner. We'll be holding water.
Yeah.
Man. Well, look.
Definitely. I know you're fired up as we are. Hope you enjoyed our preview of the UFC MSG. Is it 281?
281 indeed.
Yep. Counting down the days. Plenty of excitement, drama to happen. And I will see you on the next episode. And for DJ and CT, that's a tap.
And until we catch you in another episode, that's a wrap. See you guys.
Peace.
Catch you later.
Salute.
Nice.